Okay, so this is the showcase of a few items in my mod. I am Risk. I made this. So today, showcasing a few of these things, right? So this is the oversized laser lens. This drops from Retinaser specifically, right? Not Spasmatism. Spasmatism drops the Cursed View Projector, which we're also going to be showcasing, right? So it has two modes. Get out of here, Mr. Slime. It has two modes, right? The regular mode. Pretty cool. It's kind of like the last prism, kind of not. And then it overheats, and then you can't use it for a second. So yeah. And then it has the second mode where it's kind of like the Nimbus Rod, but remember this is post-mech, so this is better than it's not nearly as directed, but you can definitely get a wider area. So you could put it up high, right? And like that. And that just stays there until you call it with another right click. I figured that would be good for like the Ethereum, the goblins, you know? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you don't. Then we've got the weapon that drops from Spasmatism. This is the Cursed Fuel Injector. This one also has two modes, right? Standard spray. It's a flamethrower. This sprays just like Spasmatism does in his second phase. Then we've also got Lob mode. This one's a lot more like Spasmatism's first phase. Like this. And then this is a ranged weapon. So this uses the Cursed Fuel, which you can buy from the arms dealer. And it uses it. It's much slower in Lob mode and much faster in spray mode. You're going to get a lot more DPS. Look at this. That's a lot of damage. It's like that. I imagine Lob mode would be good for crowd. They're both good for crowd control. Anyway, that's two of the items, right? Two of the weapons, right? There's more weapons. But then we've also got some of the accessories. So let's go over one of them, right? I'll admit this sprite isn't my best work, but this drops from the Eye of Cthulhu, and it gets you a little mini Eye of Cthulhu to fight for you, right? Like that. Now I'm in God mode, but if I turn it off and I take some damage, right? Come here. I'm not breaking anything. Come here. There we go. See, look. He enrages when you get down to half HP, just like how the actual Eye of Cthulhu enrages when you get down to half HP, right? And this is currently reusing the sprite of the Wandering Eye. That's a hard mode enemy. Ignore him. That's a hard mode enemy. Because it was easy. I am going to make a custom sprite for him, right? Question, right? Do you like the Brain of Cthulhu better, or do you like the Eater of Worlds better? Doesn't matter. We've got an accessory for both. This one gives you some creepers to fight for you. When they attack enemies, they have a chance of inflicting confusion, just like the brain does to you, right? And then we've also got the Giant Worm Tooth. Also, this one is a funny name, by the way, I forgot to mention that. The Colossal Corpus Colossum. I mean, come on. Giant Worm Tooth, right? Get your very own worm to fight for you. He flies around, does the regular worm thing, and he also has a Vile Spit move, just like how the Eater of Worlds actually has in Expert mode, right? By the way, I should mention all of these are only available in Expert mode, right? They drop in Expert mode or higher, like if you're playing Master mode or Death mode or whatever. I'm playing in Revengeance because Calamity is awesome. This mod, Calamity isn't a dependency for this mod, and this mod isn't a dependency for Calamity. But Calamity's great. Thorium's good too, but Calamity is unparalleled in its content. Whatever happened to the Tremor mod? I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Anyway, this is all the items that we had so far, right? All of these are planned, and I know what they're going to do, but I haven't made sprites for them yet, and I haven't coded them, right? But see, if you take these ones that drop from from the bosses, right? And you take them over to a Tinkerer's Workbench, you can make runes, right? This is the Krumtane Rune of Rest. This is made with the one that drops from Brain of Cthulhu, and it gives you first 3 bosses right here. They fight for you all at once. The inspiration I got from this was the FARGO Souls mod. That mod is also peak. It's pretty awesome. But that was my inspiration, right? Now, we're going to do a lot more. Well, I don't know, we're going to do more than FARGO Souls mod. That one is also very expansive, but we're sure as heck going to try. By we, I mean me. I'm working on this alone. But, yeah, it's going to be fun. And I made all these sprites myself. I'm not the greatest at it, but I'm trying. Right? But then, right, you could take your rune that you made at the Tinker's Workbench, you take it over to a demon altar, you can turn it into like a fractured or crushed version, right? So you take that Rune of Risk we just saw over to your demon altar, you can fracture it. And then it is no longer an accessory, it's a weapon. Bam, bam, bam. So this one, Rune of Risk 1 fracture version, is like a sword, but then you can throw it, right? That's pretty cool. And then it does tick damage when it's embedded in an enemy, and you can recall it with right click, right? And to throw it is also right click, and explodes. You're gonna get higher DPS with just the melee, but obviously you can just throw it in a boss and leave it there. And then this is post Queen Bee, because in order to craft this, right? Recipe browser, another peak mod. In order to craft it, you need one of these, right? But in order to craft this, you need those 3 boss things and beeswax, right? Don't mind that. That's the risk of that's the Rune of Risk 2. I haven't actually. Actually, yeah, you can make this now, but I'm gonna add another rune that you need probably. Anyway, this one's post first mech, right? So you need the hollowed bars, and that uses Orphan Leech. I'm not going to showcase that one, but it's really cool, right? This is the Crushed Leech. It's a whip. So if you crush the Orphan Leech, you get this, and I need it to be daytime. Thank Calamity for the Cosmolite. Cosmolite is a great weapon. Not weapon, item. So Crushed Leech, right? It's a whip. It does a 1-2-3 combo. And on the third one, it pulls you towards the enemy. Right? That's not the weapon being buggy. That's just me missing. But it's also got a right click, which if I helper, right? One helper. The right click. Oh, you died much too quickly. You need a stronger helper. It doesn't pull you, right? But if you're in the air, let's spawn an air boss to showcase that. An air boss that isn't. I don't want to do another mods boss. We'll just do the Eye of Cthulhu. He'll run away. That's okay. See, if you do it in the air, that one you can't hold down. By the way, I could make it so you could hold it down, but I chose not to. If you're in the air, it always pulls you towards it, right? Which is pretty neat. And then also, if you're on the ground, I do not. Okay, yeah. If you're on the ground and you hit an enemy, let's spawn some zombies. They get moved into the air slightly. That's a little bit buggy, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So I need to work on that. But I think it's pretty neat. Anyway, that's going to be everything that I'm showcasing today, right? I might release another showcase later. And yeah, honestly, my favorite is the first one.